Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Games in Rotations coverage of Civ 6 Gathering Storm. As always, it is I, Corey, and I am going to be showing off the new Civilization 6 expansion. And I'm sorry for the what's going on right now. I'm just trying to make sure that I got everything going. There we go. The sound's coming through. Actually, let me just slow that sound a little bit. Sorry guys, I want to make sure that you guys can hear me and I can hear myself. There we go. So, if you guys don't know what Civilization is, it is, as many people would know, a 4X game, which is based on the ideas of explore, expand, exterminate, and something else. Well, you know what? So pretty much the way the game works is it's a civilization game. It plays from the ancient era to the future era in this game. And it focuses on... Hold on, I just have to turn this volume a bit lower because, wow, it's so loud in my ears. So for this, I'm going to randomize the leader. The new thing that comes along with this expansion is it focuses on global warming and the ideas of how carbon emissions have kind of changed the face of the world. And because Civ 6 isn't an accurate portrayal of history or our world, it is always just kind of like what if kind of loose game. I'm pretty interested to see how it handles these systems. So I have played a little bit of this before this point, but this is going to be my first full game with the expansion, and I'm going to be recording every part of this game from start to finish. Now this episode should be about an hour, and then every 2 or 3 days I should be showing off a new part. And as you know, if you're watching us, you know that we've been trying different things in different series, so this is going to be part of the Corey plays, I guess, since, you know, instead of a let's play, there's 2 of us. But if you've also seen our stuff, you know I suck lately, so I'm going to be playing on Warlord difficulty. I'm going to put it on online so that the game moves pretty quickly. All that sounds good. The one thing that I do differently, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I hate score victory and I hate turn limits. I'd rather the game just play itself out. I'll let all the other victories happen, and we're gonna start this. We're gonna see who I get. So this expansion had some pretty big things. The World Congress is the hugest, which has been in past games, but what it is, the idea is that all the civilizations come together and they set about adding things like, war resources need to be preserved. Ooh, let me read this. The Incan Empire joins the world stage.
To man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
Oh man, I just love the fact
Son of the sun,
it's Sean
father
Bean.
to a prosperous people who dwell among lofty peaks. Let the mountains be to your enemies, for you grow in strength where others would starve. Oh, Saparinka, who shakes the earth, show strength and diligence, and your name will shine throughout all of history.
My favorite part of this game is that Boromir, Sean Bean, or Ned Stark, as some may know him, does all of the cool reading. So I was quiet so that he could read this. So let's look at what the Incans get. They get the Quapaknuan, alright, I butchered that, which is domestic trade routes, gain +1 food for every mountain tile in the origin city, gain the Quapna improvement when foreign trade civic is discovered, Mita. Citizens may work mountain tiles. Mountain tiles provide +2 production and +1 food to mountain tiles for every adjacent terrace farm. So I have a unique improvement, a Wakarakwak, a unique land unit, and a terrace farm, which is a unique improvement. So, oh man. So I know that I work well on mountains, but that can be for like future city development. So I have a settler. I'm just gonna found my first city, which is gonna be Cusco, and then I have a warrior. I'm gonna put him on exploration. So if you don't know what civilization is, I mean you probably would if you're looking at a video game podcast. But if this is your first thing and you're looking at a YouTube channel, you're like, oh, what is this game? The game, it plays a lot kind of like a board game. So that would be how I would start with it, as turns. And the big selling point for it is the tech tree and the advancement of human civilization. So right now, we got cavemen over here, we got our city, we're gotta pick what tech we're gonna get. So we don't know anything. We don't know how to mine, we don't know animal husbandry, we don't know pottery or sailing. So I'm gonna do animal husbandry because I have some deer right here. And at first, I always like to do food because the more cities that you have, the more citizens you have, the better your city is gonna do. And the way that it works for our cities is we have one pop. If you really want to dig into Civ, like if I really look into my city, if I look at my city details, each pop is going to work a tile. So my one citizen is working one of these tiles, which it's working this main tile at the start. But as I get more, they'll work these different ones. And I have some pretty nice things here with production and food. Eventually mining will make the stone more productive. I'm on a river, which really helps. But as the city gets bigger, it'll grow in space, what it uses. So another thing that I have to look at is, what is my city going to build? So the game takes place in turns. I could build a monument or a scout, and I'm gonna build the monument first, just because I've always built a monument first in Civ. It gives you culture, and culture works on civics. So this Civ game is the first to have two different advancement trees. There's the science advancements, which are always like animal husbandry, and then culture helps you with the civic advancement, which is the first ones are codes of laws, but culture helps you kind of build your society, and the part of it that comes from being cultural and I'll go over there, cultural in base, while the science is like farming or mining. Alrighty, so I found this village, and one of the things that Civ does is I want to get these guys to this village, because when you find the villages and you meet with them, they give you rewards. I also found bananas. So as you saw, my city now is one more tile. So culture is also one of the things that helps your city put influence on the map. So more culture, more city growth.
Dogs look up to us. Cats look down on us. Pigs treat us as equals.
So even though this game isn't a history game, it has nice little quotes. Like that's a Winston Churchill quote, read by the great and glorious Sean Bean. Or I always like to think it's Ned Stark trying to give me lessons on how to run my empire. But yeah, so I got this nice little thing, which is, those natives knew about writing. And so my writing tech will be halfway researched when I get writing later, which is nice. So that's kind of what you want to look for. My warriors right now are just trying to find barbarians. So barbarians are kind of the idea of there's like brigands and there's this base. If I don't destroy this base, it will constantly produce more barbarians. Also what 6 does that the other games haven't done that I like is that they have scouts. If the scouts find your city and make it back, then they'll be like, oh hey, guess what we found? We found this city, and then the barbarians will send 3 or 4 units to come fuck you up.
Authority that makes a law.
Oh, Thomas Hobbes. So now I'll get policies. If you're watching this, you're like, God, Civ has a lot of shit to it. It's really easy once you kind of learn it. And I'm not the best at it, but I'm definitely successful at this difficulty. So there's military policies, economic policies, diplomatic policies, and wildcard policies. And my government's a chiefdom, because I don't have a government yet. So I like to be a god king, just because though I don't have a lot of production, now I'll be a god king. And I want to discipline. So I'll have +5 unit combat strength when fighting barbarians, which is huge. And I'll get faith and gold, which is nice. choose a new civic. Yeah, foreign trade's fine. And I turned off the turn limit, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So now this rough choice of, you know, do I go into combat? So you'll see that I have the advantage on this little combat bar down there next to the end turn marker because of my +5 advantage versus barbarians. So I added an extra 25% damage by taking that discipline. But I'm going to move over here so that the river crossing will hurt them if they're going to try to be aggressive. Okay, cool.
More credit than the wife.
Awesome. I skipped that. I'm sorry. I'm worried about how this barbarian stuff's gonna go. So what I can do too is I moved. If they would have attacked across the river, it would have sucked for them. But I don't believe that they would have. They probably would have waited me out. So I came down here to make sure that I can attack them without worrying about these guys moving over and flanking me. So it's my turn. Yep. See, they attacked me here. But I had the advantage, so I gained experience, and we can see the health. So I lost 24 health. They lost... How many health do they have? They lost more than my health, is what I'm gonna say. So I have damaged unit, but they have unfavorable terrain too for being on plains. So I'm gonna go beat them up. Did some damage. I gained more XP, so that's awesome. I have these guys. So I built a builder earlier, and I didn't really talk about it, but pretty much they built improvements. Like if you see here, I can build rice farm. Eventually I'll be able to build bananas, but I'm gonna come over here and I'll be able to build nice stuff. I'll get a scout because I need to know more of what's out there. Combat continues, and the barbarians will be sacrificial too if they think they can hurt you enough. My warriors got experience, this is the huge part of combat, by the way. When you fight barbarians, you'll gain a lot of experience. Once they hit level 1 though, you don't get anywhere near the amount of experience you used to. So I try to get your dudes up, and then when you go to war later, try really hard to get these promotions because they're huge. Like Battlecry is +7 combat strength versus melee and ranged units, compared to Tortoise, which is when defending against ranged attacks. So I'm gonna take the Battlecry thing, but as you can see, that some of the +7 and +10 combat strength are huge, considering this unit has a base of 20. So with that promotion now, and plus the +5, I'm now doing 32 damage compared to the 20 I was originally doing. So when you build improvements on your builders, it'll tell you, oh, when you're over here, this is what it'll do. And I'll get +1 gold for this, which is awesome. And I need it.
I thought clay must feel happy in the good potter's hand.
So I got pottery. Pottery is important because it's the only way to get a granary.
That's the positive aspect of trade, I suppose.
Change some policies. Yeah, that's fine. Every time that you get new civics, you can change your government around. At this point, writing. I'm gonna do writing because I got that bonus earlier, remember? Writing is how you get the beginning research things. What a great bath. Immune to flood damage. Ooh. No. I'll build a granary instead. So, another big thing about this game is wonders, and I was spending a long time there thinking through that, because one of the new things that comes in with this Gathering Storm expansion is natural disaster happens. Floods happen, hurricanes happen, droughts, blizzards, and that upgrade would have helped make sure that this river wouldn't flood. And I had to sit there and think long and hard about, oh, do I want to spend 10 turns of my city's development to get a bath, a great bath? And I, at this moment, didn't. That doesn't mean I won't later, but at this moment I did not. And the thing about Wonders 2 is only one can be built per player. There's Poundmaker of the Kree. It's an honor to meet you. We would love to sample your hospitality. I always say that because I don't like to piss off the AI. The AI scares me quite a lot. I don't know if the AI is actually scary, but I just generally try to be nice to the AI. Ooh, your delegation is most welcome, Poundmaker. I try to be friendly. I'm not playing a war-based Civ game at the moment. Ooh, insufficient amenities. Alright, I'm gonna fight these guys. So, because of my promotion and them doing 32 damage, they are stronger than Spearmen. Just because of the promotion. Normally, Spearmen are better than Cavemen Warriors, just because they have actual weapons. Oh no! And there's the flood. Spill into the land beyond. So, thankfully, my rice fields are right outside of that flood range. But it's good to know now that this is flood territory. If I had built farms or anything there, they would have been destroyed. Another interesting part of how this flood works is as global warming gets worse, these floods are going to spill out all over these plains. Which is something to think about because silly me decided to build their capital city on this river. But, you know, before this expansion, that would have been a perfectly fine thing to do with no negative consequence. But, you know, we are now in new territory. Oh no.
Writing is easy. All you have to do is cross out the wrong words.
Alright, Mark Twain. I'm going to fortify, and I'm gonna build.
Out to craftsmanship. Inspiration is a mere reed shaken in the wind.
I usually keep this stuff the way it is. If I was Ocean City, I might be like, oh, I want more classical era naval units or melee anti-cavalry and ranged units. This is a huge one if I wanted more military stuff. But since I'm not going the military strat, it doesn't do as much good for me. What I'm really kind of going for right now is I need a campus. Shit. So, another thing that this does that the old Civ games didn't is it has specialty districts. And the way the districts are important is they... Sorry guys, I am making sure I'm making the right choice here. I'll put it here. They're pretty much special parts of your city. Your city can have so many. So some of the early ones that you're going to get are science and religion. Because the greater parts of specialty districts don't come in until that tech gets higher. Oh man, please don't die. Can he... He can defeat them. Alright, I'm gonna defeat them so I don't have to worry. But if you're noticing, like, my XP, I'm only getting 1 per battle with barbarians now. That's cool. And that's because of the fact that he's level 1 already, fighting barbarians isn't huge for him. But he found a new city. Nice. My scouts out here doing some good stuff. And one of the way that Civ does now is it is these inspiration things where it's just the idea of like, oh, if you settle a city on water, you're more likely to know how to build ships. Or if my city's fighting barbarians, I got military tradition boost. And it says too on these, clear a barbarian outpost, farm a resource, and that cuts down the time. So if you're playing, the game is trying to tell you how to be successful by giving you these bonuses of playing successfully. It doesn't mean you have to go after every bonus. For instance, some of the military ones, if you're playing a warmonger type character, which isn't a bad thing, I just personally don't like to play that way in Civ a lot, you're going to get the bonuses of being a warrior type character.
The man who has grit enough to bring about the afforestation. I don't underrate the value of military knowledge.
Heavy light cavalry, great general. Another thing this thing does is to get these things grants flanking and support combat bonuses. So when you get military tradition, putting 2 warriors next to each other increases their combat stats. And that's something to look out for. Some of the game system aren't the most Hold on, guys. I'm still wondering where. This is archery or astrology. I don't really care about religion that much this game, though. Maybe I will go military a little bit, just from what I'm getting done so far. Library, hanging gardens, increases the growth. It's time to build another builder. Now, there's also different ways to play too, in the fact that, oh, that's Mexico City up there. Here's the Cree. And so one of the ways you can do is you can have big super cities, or you can have, you can have a lot of little cities. I like the super city strat. I build tall instead of wide. But other people build like 7, 8 mini cities, and that's kind of how they build lots of means of production, while I build a juggernaut city. So I have to kind of make some decisions here as what my pantheon is going to be. Religious settlements, city growth rate is 10% higher. I kind of like Borden expansion really good because of the fact that sorry guys, I gotta think hard about this because this is one of the biggest decisions you're gonna make in the game, is what this pantheon thing stays with you forever for the rest of the game. And your choice here, yeah, I'm gonna go with religious border expansions greater, because that's truly what matters. Because these borders going out, they're going to claim resources. Like these horses, when I get those horses, I'm going to have cavalry for the next 3 eras. Which isn't something to sneeze about. I can build something new. I could build a library. I could build the Hanging Gardens, which they really want me to do. Build a trader, which I'm thinking about doing. Because trading is good. Trader in 2 turns. That's what I'm going to build. There's a lot of systems in Civ. If I'm not covering everything, I'm sorry about that. Barracks, encampment, spearmen, iron, and allows for chopping of rainforests to reveal the iron. Which, who knows, maybe that's something I'm going to do now. There's a plantation for more gold. I might even cut down this rainforest right here. Who knows? It says I can. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. Try to find this iron, guys. I don't really have any iron, so that kind of sucks. Iron's important. Iron is how you get steel and stuff, which is, the early swords. You can't have swordsmen without iron, because what's their sword gonna be made out of? Poop? I don't know. Ancient era ends in 7 turn, guys. Have I done a good job? I do have to get down here and kind of defend my shit. Which, I don't have enough amenities. Which I might stay workforce.
As it is to have a profitable bottom line.
I don't care about those. Mexico City is all the way up there. So the interesting thing about these trade routes is they're going to build roads. And roads are super fucking important, because without roads, it's really hard to move your guys anywhere. Let's try it. Guess what it showed me? Nothing. It gave me nothing. Well, that sucks. I was really hoping that it would magically find iron. It didn't. I'm gonna build some spearmen, and I can get a governor. Ooh! So this is from the last expansion, but it's still kind of cool. These governors are gonna be like hero units that live in your cities and give you different stuff. So they have different ones. The Castellan's a military dude. The diplomat helps with loyalty and spies. The bishop is for, he looks like he's for faith. Magnus is food. Power, black market, surveyor, districts, agriculture. Ooh, cannot be damaged by environmental effects. Parks and recreation. Ooh. I think I'm gonna go with the educator because of the fact that we already have some science stuff going on. That's been going good for us. Because the 1,000-year flood. Oh, that's not good. Natural disaster occurring.
When wasteful war shall...
Alright, and those slingers did some damage, and I'm gonna move here. And I gotta continue to hold on to shit. God, things are not going well for me, guys. The wheel. It says archery. Astrology. I'll just get astrology done. Hang gardens increases my growth. That increases housing. The Great Bath, supposedly. I mean, I'm not over there. I just feel like it's not gonna do a lot. The encampment. Do I play a military civ, guys? Do I just be like, you know, I'm a conqueror? It's just not who I am, though. See, that's what you gotta start asking yourself. And my freaking dude's gone. He ate my trader. Fuck, guys. That's the one thing that sucks is the barbarians will just take your fucking trader like it's nothing. And you need that trader, guys. You need him to build those roads. Because the roads are also kind of the way the war is going to happen. If you ever want to go to war with people, you can't... Your guys need roads to get there. If not, it's going to take 20, 30 turns to get halfway. Oh no, Mexico City's under attack.
Mysticism is the mistake of an accidental and individual symbol.
They need help. There's Palenque. Palenque. City-states are like mini city. They're just cities. They don't get the options of. Oh, that's my last build. It's fine. You're gonna get a promotion for volley, and we're gonna slowly move you down here to fight these dudes that I didn't know were on our southern border. Choosing civic, early empire, because we're an empire, guys. So Mexico City, Palenque, they're single city-states. They are just a city. They have armies. They're never going to build more compared to the civilizations that are over here. Like the Korea has 2 cities. I have 1 city because that's just who I am at this point. It sucks, but it's what it is. That's who we are. We're gonna move you out here, and we're gonna do a ranged attack. Because the barbarians, they be coming for our shit, guys. We have to make... Oh, let's go over to Palenque. Do I believe that there's nothing out there that's gonna hurt them? See, that's the questions you gotta start asking yourself, too. Is, where are the trade routes going to hurt us? I wanna be friends with Palenque. Ooh, I could build Stonehenge, a free grade profits. Build a holy site or an encampment. You know what, guys? To be more interesting, I'm gonna go military. Maybe not full military, but an encampment. Okay.
May the forces of evil become...
Upgraded him to an archer. Move my warriors up to a defensive position. Get a wheel, because that's what we need, because we're on a river, and that's what we're doing. And we found Tamiris. It's an honor to meet you. We'd love to sample your hospitality. That's just what I go with. Your delegation is most welcome. Should probably send delegations. Send a delegation. I'll wait till then. I fight these dudes. God. So the. Into the class.
Structure is like air conditioning that brought down the Roman Empire. With air conditioning, their windows were shut. They couldn't hear the barbarians coming.
That's funny. So some of the things too is that you get through these civics. Some of the more diplomacy options start coming out. Like you can have a war of retribution, or I can have open borders, stuff like that. Okay, that's fun. Make a dedication. I'm in a dark age, so if you saw down here by the turn clock thing, it's a 6 out of 13. As you do things, you'll get points, and then if you get so many points, you'll have a normal age or a golden age. And if you're under those points, you're going to be in a dark age. So, Eureka, each time you trigger an inspiration, you construct a new special. Let's do dedication. Choose a civic, political philosophy, promote my governor. So this guy's whole thing is culture and science, which is gonna help us get to where we need to be. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna move him over here so that we need to start fighting these battles. They're coming for our land. Hold on. I hate it when that. Sometimes this game has been known to get like. Sometimes you just scroll across the map for no reason, which can be super fucking frustrating. But as you. Oh, hello. Open borders for $10. I will gladly accept that, Pound Maker. I generally give the AIs what they want. They're usually good to me. Oh no.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
I'm gonna retreat there because nothing sucks as much as you losing. Oh yeah, that's the bullshit though. They will never frickin' take your delegation. Like it's bullshit though because I take their delegations. The AI is so dicky about shit like that. I do not trust that you are in the best interests of my people. Well, how can I trust you, AI, if you won't accept my delegations? All my delegation wishes to do is be your friend. They don't really want to be my friends. They want to destroy me. Where can I build the pyramids? Oh, what does the pyramids do? 2 culture. Oracle. Oh. Oracle's pretty good. One of the things too that it starts to come down to is what choice are you gonna make? The watermill is gonna increase price, it gives me more production a turn. Ancient walls are gonna give me defenses. A library is gonna help me with science. And then all of these are huge boosts. But I think I'm going to do the Oracle. Shit. No, because it's going to remove the rainforest on that tile. That's what we need. Camp. What is it? Each camp, pasture, and plantation. Deer, is that a plantation? Is spices? What type of improvement is a spice? Yeah, God, that's such a good thing for my camp. I'm gonna build it there. So amenities are these things that it's saying that we're not doing well at, is that we don't have enough amenities. So one huge bonus that this is gonna give us is that it's going to make all of our improvements within 4 tiles. Give us those. You know, it was when the Inca discovered horseback riding.
Man on a horse is spiritually.
So we have horses now. Oh, I'll dig that. We have a lot of stuff here too. We don't own horses, but we will. I'll do currency next. And I'm gonna fire. Scouts are something you want to get taken care of. He's gonna report back, and then we're gonna have a real problem on our hands because he is going to bring back guys that are going to kill us. And that's just the bullshit of how that works. Alright. Nope.
If it does not bring you.
And look, you can see that our merchant, if it wants to stop being dumb and auto-scrolling. Oh, it's not. Sailing is 1 turn, but we don't need sailing. We need iron working. Hmm. 4 turns till we have the Temple of Artemis. We can see our traders gone. So it was something that I'm going to do because we're not... Like, we need the gold from trading. I'll go in and I can purchase an item with gold. I can purchase things like, oh, a stable. Barracks, which increases combat troops and strategic resource stockpiles. Library, I could buy this stuff. But what I really want to do is just buy the traders for cheap. Now, when you buy a unit, it takes a turn to come back and be part of it. But now I'm going to get to make a choice, and my choice is going to be to make it go to Mariskiv, whatever, because I know that some of that is going to be part of his territory, and I need that. I need that territory. I need to know that my investment is safe, and that's what I'm worried about at this point, is keeping these trade routes moving, keeping them making anything for us. Alright, so we learned political philosophy and ironworking. So we unlocked government. I always pick Classic Republic. No, I always pick Oligarchy. No, I'm gonna do this one. So what these dudes do is they do different things like, Oligarchy makes the melee classes gain combat strength, and they'll also get these things at the bottom, which are perks that slowly increase for the rest of your civilization. So if you were an oligarchy, your units are going to get more experience. If you're an autocracy, you're going to have 10% production towards wonders for the rest of the game. And if you're this one is 15% great person points, and great persons are really awesome. Eventually I will get one, hopefully, and that will help. But wow, there's some stuff in here. Isolation. Ooh. I want the Diplomatic League. I want this one. I want this one. And I want a wild card, and I want a great scientist points, because it's important to get the scientists. Guys are awesome. They will continue to be helpful from now on. Engineering, choose civic. If you see 2, it'll tell you what it recommends. Like this, it recommends that I do the games and recommendation thing. So that's what I decided to do. The unit needs orders. I'll just get them away from the enemy.
When I saw the house of Artemis that mounted to the clouds, those other marvels lost their brilliancy. And I said, lo, apart from Olympus, the sun never looked on aught so grand.
I love the way the wonders work in this. Like, look at how pretty that looks, and it stays as part of my city. If I look here, it's gonna be there for the rest of the game, and oh, there's something awesome about that. +2 envoys, 2 great work slots. Stonehenge. They're still saying that Stonehenge is what I need. The Oracle's pretty amazing too. I'll build the Oracle. Every wonder is a pretty big deal in this game. Yeah, we'll just go here and we'll fortify until healed, and we'll make it. Open borders. They're gonna give me horses. No, I refuse the deal. I don't want these. So those points that they wanted are what are called diplomatic favor. Ooh, victors. I have the largest city in the world for 10. Yes. As this diplomatic, this is what I'm going to use in World Congress things. I decline. That's why the AI is going to come and be like, oh, hey, I heard you have diplomatic favor. Can I have it? I say fucking no, because yes, this is a great person. So I got a great scientist. Libraries provide +1 science, instantly builds a library in this district. I'm going to recruit him. He's going to go over here, and he's going to build my ass a fucking library. So my science is way better now, because it increases not only the library there, but the library in every city I'm ever going to have for the rest of the game, because I got that character. And that is how these great people work. And the way you're going to get these great people is my science district is always...
Believe that if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Sorry,
Engineers
I'm going to
believe
let
that
this
if it ain't
go
broke,
through.
it doesn't have enough features yet.
I'm just going to let that burn through. What am I going to get? So it says here, like, oh, for military, I want that. But I'm going to build the apprenticeship because it's going to give me an industrial zone, which I'm a pretty huge fan of. I'm actually going to keep guard there. Got to keep running from these things over here. I have this now. I am not the suzerain, but I could be. But instead, I'll go here. Oh, that's fine. Confirm placement. Okay, so the way the suzerain work is you see their units. They share resources they have with you. So, like their spices and their cotton are part of my luxuries now, which is great because, you know, it's nice. It's good. I like it. You can kind of... one thing I like about this game, too, with the districts is you can see my city. Like, when you look over here, Maastricht and stuff, even Mexico. Like, look at Mexico City. It's got the main thing, but it's got a few farms. And then when you look at mine, you see, you know, the improvements, the farms, the library district. Like, my capital feels like a capital to me. The creative, a special unit. There's violence. Mexico City is gonna fight these guys, which is great because down here is where. So here I am. Here's the Cree, and here's the other AI. So I'm kind of in the middle here. I'm probably going to build or buy a settler soon to have a second city. I'm gonna eventually fall behind by not having more cities. And having cities is important, I guess. I like Civ. Civ is one of my favorite games. I'm glad that I'm able to play for the channel. When this expansion came out, I was like, I haven't played Civ 6 in a while. And it's definitely... How do I put it? It definitely makes the game feel fresh. With a lot of different little improvements. Oh, what is that? Is that... Whose unit is that? Oh, the cavalry units. Setting river flooding.
People who cannot find time for recreation are soon.
Alright, I got the games. Little German poetry, and I'll just keep going. Maybe Pound Maker will give me something nice soon. Another way to just generally have them like you more is to do things like have trade routes. You know, there is a power that comes with money. And they get money.
Sprang upon the swift ship in the form of a dolphin. Pray to me as Apollo Delphinius. Also the altar itself shall be called Delphinius and overlooked forever.
Ooh, pretty. Alright, so that's done. Machu Picchu. I could just have the mountain be a thing. And 9 turns. Plus 4 gold. It's not bad. I mean, I'm still behind on all this shit, though. Which... I could have a commercial tub. Make some gold. What I'm gonna wait. The industrial's one turn away. I'll just build the watermill for now. Oh, I was gonna build settlers. How much are settlers? Maybe I can just buy them. 160. I think I'll just buy them. They're cheaper to buy than waste my production on. Oh, I hate when the game does that. Oh. Sometimes it just like, it's not sticky keys, but it kind of like scrolls up. I play this on, I'm playing the game this time on our kind of like, the computer that we use for streaming. It's the nice computer, it has all the software on it, but I also play it on kind of my own personal computer, and I find that it does the same exact type of scroll screen issue. And it's not a huge issue, just sucks that as I'm streaming you'll see it pan like that. And I just like, I don't know, it just sucks. Like, it's not a huge gripe with the game. It's been in every version of the game I've played. It might be more my computer and something that I'm doing than perhaps like the game itself. But man, hold on guys, I gotta build that settler because I said I was going to. Now I'm gonna have to get these settlers somewhere safe to build a city. She says that it's a nice city right over here. Is there a better city spot? No, it's not looking like it. It looks like I'm gonna build a city right over here, which isn't a bad spot. I'll take 4 turns. Build my next city. My knowledge of construction's up. My settlers are going. I need to choose production here. I said I was gonna build an industrial zone. And the best it's gonna do is right here, it'll get a +1. And remove the woods. So, I mean, right now I'm just trying to build a second city, Mexico City, Petra, movement for all naval units.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players.
Yeah, nothing that I got from that was huge. I could get here to, I am a great scientist. Siege tower here, machinery here. I am gonna do education, because the one thing is, like, science is always something that Ooh. What's this do? 1 envoy for military training. I like military training. I'm gonna do the military training. My scout's doing a pretty decent job. I haven't built any more military units yet. I wish that I had access to iron. I just don't. And sometimes you just, that's what happens, you know? In the grand scheme of civilization, look at who found gunpowder. Me not finding iron does change the course of what my military units look like. My army will be different. And the same thing until I get this horse until I get the horses. Oh, Sun Tzu. So he's a general. You can do a few things. Eventually I can make him retire and write The Art of War. But so he has this big square thing. Every unit that's in the square will fight harder. And that's what I want. I want him to lead armies right now. Be this kind of like bigger figure. And it's on the coast, guys. We did it. We finally made it happen. We're gonna be on the coast. Which is probably gonna be bad when the world climate shit starts to happen. See it at sea levels. All this stuff, we're not even there yet, but it's gonna happen at some point in this playthrough, because it just always does. It always does. And always build that monument. Sun Tzu, you're gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna buy a builder unit, because that's just the world we live in now, guys. I just buy shit. That's what I like about gold. I just buy it. I buy it because it works. I'm gonna be able to build a road up to Mexico City because we are allies. And like, God, Kusu just keeps growing. I have so much excess food, so much excess, just a lot of excess shit. What I need to do now though is come down here and build that shit up. Wow, I still have more? I could build Entertainment complex. There's a lot of questions I gotta ask myself with that. Petra, +2 food, +2 on all desert tiles. I'm not in a desert. +2 envoys. I mean, that's pretty good. Machu Picchu is +4 gold. Ancient walls is gonna give me more defense. I could go stable. I mean, I'm gonna have the horses. I think stable is the right call. Because I'm gonna have those horses, and having those horses is gonna drastically change our options here. Because then we're gonna be... Oh, let's flood again. Like, that's the interesting thing. I'm glad that I'm able to show... We don't have any of those policies. +2 gold, reduce cost, +1 production. I mean, our gold's decent. I kind of want the production more right now. Yes, I'm going to do this to have the road built between these cities to get any of this stuff too. Actually, I'll just keep you here because cancel that. That's what we need right now. I'm the Caesar in. I'm the Caesar in. Oh. So you gain +1 diplomatic fighter. Your builders, we improve sea titles, you pay gold, you know, ship of all city, so I get cotton spice from that. I could upgrade that. No, I'm just gonna keep putting points into Mexico City. I like Mexico City, and just generally, I don't know, they're good. Getting that production bonus to my capital is nice. Education's almost done, which is... Wow, university is pretty big. The mark of an educated mind. Yep, got that education. I'm gonna need sailing now that I'm on the coast. Yep, gonna go for those horses next, peeps. We did it. We got the horses. We're gonna be it. We got the stables built in a turn. My riders are gonna patrol these Great Plains, and so the Inca Empire continues. So I'm coming up on the end of episode 1 of me playing Civ. We're getting to see some of the flood mechanics just because of where I happen to settle, which I like, is that you're able to see the disaster mechanics of...
Vessels large may venture more, but little boats should keep near shore.
Alright, Benjamin Franklin. So I'm there's a bunch of ship stuff I have to do now because I have a naval... thing, which like kind of sucks because I wasn't really going for that, and now I probably I should put the points on anyway. Just, you know, that's the way it goes though. You can't always get what you want. I need a university building, and that's what I'm gonna build now because I want this wonder that gives me points. Wonders are so important. We're about to get the horses. Life's about to get better for us, and it's just good. This is a nice little city that I have going on. Really digging it. The one thing I like about Civilization is I will show off more accurate historical games and simulators and stuff in the coming weeks because I have a few other games I'm looking to show on the channel and just generally talk about what I like to play. This is going to be part of like Corey Plays segments of games that I personally spend a lot of time on outside of our rotationary stuff. But what I always love about Civ is you just tell your story, you know? This is the story of my Incan Empire. It's not super accurate. It doesn't have to be this grabbed onto truth. It just gets to be my story of my little Incan Empire lives on this village. We finally got ourselves this little boat thing. You know, we have this big metropolis of Cusco, and we have Kitukava, which is just now getting off of its proverbial like legs. My offer. They want 2 of my horses. Fuck you, they're my horses. Fuck you, they're my everybody wants my horses. Which makes me feel like the horses were a smart thing to go into. We're entering the medieval era. It's probably why I want those
Four
horses.
building blocks of the universe. Man suffers only because he
Theology.
takes seriously what the gods made for fun.
Make a dedication. So I entered a golden age in this, or a heroic age, which is because I went from a dark age to a golden age. Oh, these are pretty great, and I'm gonna take these because we need the science stuff. So that's the one thing. This is from the last expansion, but it's great. Fair. I'm gonna make 3 dedications. That's awesome. Like, that's huge for us. Those are huge bunch of bonuses. Oh, Niter. I need shipbuilding now. Choosing a civic. Recorded history for science. I'm on it. Claim a great person. Great scientist. Look at that. Guys. We are doing it. Great scientist. And retire him. Buttress. Claiming a great person. Great general. So what I can do now is I can bring him. I'm gonna bring him up. I'm gonna retire Sun Jiu because he's gonna give me an Art of War,
Warriors win first.
which is great work. It's gonna give me 4 culture a turn, which is huge. I have another thing for my envoy stuff. And send 2, and now I'm gonna have even more. Oh man, guys, it's just going really well for me right now. This is what you want, you know. This heroic age stuff. I'm getting great writers. I'm having accomplishments. I can't be stopped. Right now, I just can't be. Mexico City and the World Congress begins. Oh, what target do I want to upgrade? I want an industrial zone, and I'm going to spend all my points on it. You know what? Yeah, and I want it to be Poundmaker, because I'm an asshole. Submit. We'll see what happens. I'm really hoping new districts built, but Tomiris won that. And Industrial Zone, I won that one. Yes, people. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Yeah, go get the tribal village. We got another envoy, guys, and we're gonna put it towards the other one. And it's a new turn. I mean, this is just the way Civ works, guys. This is it. There's always another thing to find, to fine-tune, to upgrade, to... And if I really wanted to, you're seeing up here that there's a religious war going on, with Catholicism is coming out trying to spread its wings, and
There is nothing but a plank between a sailor and eternity.
it would matter to me if I went religion in the slightest. But unfortunately, I didn't, so it's not something I'm worried about. Ooh, the workshop's only 2, and the terracotta army. Wow, there's some great stuff here. There really is. But right now, guys, we need that workshop done. And you need a granary. And we are gonna probably buy a builder unit. Yep. It's just where we're at. And I really wish that I had gotten the one that upgrades that. We still don't have any iron. Maybe we could do a deal for iron. That was rude. Said I didn't believe in anything. I need 10 iron. I like the music. There's a core. And we have horses. And then we're gonna build some horses soon. But well, you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna have to call at the end of episode 1. I I think we're leaving the Civ Let's Play at a really interesting point.
I've lived through some terrible things in my
With,
life.
oh, great library,
Some of which
guys.
actually happened.
Oh, campus. We're in medieval, so that doesn't even help anymore. Yep. Get that science up to 44. Choosing civics. Defensive civic. Choosing production. The Great Library is in 6 turns. Why could I not build the... Did someone else build that? I have a campus. Oh, must be on Desert Hills. Yep. I don't even care about that shit. Governor. Oh, now that I have a new governor, I can think of what I want to do. Harbor Master. Forest Manager. Contractor. Yeah, I'm gonna appoint the Financer to Kitukara just for the Harbor Master stuff. Because it's going to be more of a city on the edge of the world. So, guys, when I build the Great Library... that is going to be the end of episode 1. I think it's a good starting point because we've seen Cusco really come into its own as a city. We've seen Cusco continue to
build battle.
A military engineer. Roads, railroads, forts, missiles. Wow, interesting stuff here. And let me guess, I have 0 niter. Oof. A buttress. Gives me a dam, guys. But I don't make newer units, and that's all that matters. More units from me. Oh, and there's cows over here, guys. We're gonna have a cow. Oh, the Catholicism is coming in deep. I'm turning into a Catholic society. But what can I do? We can see world rankings. I'm leading in the science victory. I'm in 2nd place for the culture. I am 5th place in domination. 4th place in the religious victory. Yep, reached 15 population. And I'm leading in the diplomatic victory because I'm just diplo as shit. I don't know if I am truly. I'm just gonna buy that tile. I don't have enough to buy the tile. But it's a nice tile. I really wish that I had been closer to mountains. I would have built a different city. But it is the city I have. It is the civilization that I have. And it is a beautiful civilization.
Defense is superior to opulence.
Defensive buildings, bastions of military, Great Admiral. And I got some more wars if that was what I was going for. Naval tradition. Farm improvements. Civil service is what they want me to do next. This is Kitukara. Kitukara, what are you gonna build? Kitukara. I was gonna get a pretty much one of these because fuck it. A governor title. Promote. We want the grants for sure because that's awesome. Eventually he's going to be able to build towards space stage stuff, and that'll be really nice because we need that. We need space. We need to get into space. The Incans are going to space, motherfuckers. And, you know, we're going to build space. Indian cities. Really don't like these things on my borders. I mean, I'm not really afraid of the Kree. They still have slingers.
The whole world is one big machine.
And I just got... I don't have enough gold. My gold is a real problem. Wait, do I have niter? When did I get niter? Where's the niter? Dude, where the fuck is the niter? What am I sitting on that's niter? It says 2 improvements. I really like how the music got super pumped up with me. It was like, yeah. Yeah. We have Niter. Holy shit. Guys, Niter's a huge deal for us. Forbidden City. Stirrups. We need the Knight. It requires 20 iron though. Shit. Printing. We'll just get a buttress for now. 2 turns, guys, till the video's over. I'll do another video maybe tomorrow night or Saturday. And I'm going to try to put this out until I get to the end of this Civ game. And this will be a Corey's play of Gathering Storm. I really appreciate anyone who's watched this far. If you guys have been watching our videos, we really appreciate it. If there's a game you want us to play, I will especially play anything that anyone recommends to me. So comment on our videos, comment on our channel, send us an email. We're at Games in Rotation on everything. Gmail, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. And if you want to see what we're doing, you can watch Logan beat me in games that we play against each other all the time, which sucks. But, you know, it's what it is. And it hurts me deeply. But it's what it is. And you'll see our Versus series. As always, we do a podcast. We're talking about Foxhole this week. We played some Foxhole the other day. We're probably going to play some more of it tomorrow night and show pretty much our experience with it. And we'll talk about it on Sunday. As always, there's a bunch of more content coming out with Games in Rotation.
The bloated stacks of the Library of Alexandria, where all imagination and knowledge are assembled. We can recognize in its destruction the warning that all we gather will be lost.
Sorry guys, I just want to let that play through because it was a nice world wonder and actually was super cool. I'm going to claim the General Temur, which gives, what does he give? That's on 25 combat. Oh, is that better than this one? He gives just one promotion. 95 gold in the treasury. Oh, there's a lot of things I have to ask myself questions about. Alright guys, I'm just gonna set up my next thing because we need it bad. Armory does what? It costs too much gold. We need gold. Bad. What is that? No. We need gold that's not gonna freaking destroy our economy. Plus 4 gold, but it's fine. Build that there. Yeah. Passive ability. Oh, actually, you know what, dude? Sleep. And then they'll promote, and they're gonna get Airstorm. And guys, that's all I can do this turn. Thank you for watching. Seriously, look at our other content. Hell, look at anything like that we do. We love you guys so much. Everyone who's watching, everyone who's even just checking us out. Even if all you want to do is just say hi or say, hey, I wish you wouldn't do this or do more of this, like, as Games in Rotation grows and as we continue to expand the services and content that we create, I'm just glad that you all want to take part in it and comment on it. I'm going to be playing through Gathering Storm. We're going to get to the end game. We're going to see what this game has to offer, and then depending on how the series goes, maybe I'll do another thing. Maybe we'll do a multiplayer thing. There's more games I want to show. And just generally, that's it. Can't wait for you guys to comment, like, subscribe, leave shout outs on the Facebook stuff. As always, this is Corey. Thanks for watching me play some Civ 6. I had a great time. I hope you guys had a great time, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good night, peeps. And as always, it's Games in Rotation.